Right, here goes. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday, 26th of February. So, what we got in line today then? Not a great deal of news today. It's in fact very, very thin. We've got Lagarde speaking, and that's about it. We've got some. What was it? I've got some Bank of England speakers this morning. Actually, ECB speaker, Bank of England speakers. And then really at some point it doesn't actually show on, oh there it is, Lagarde, 4 o'clock. So that is just about it. Now she's due to speak about the ECB annual report 2022 in Strasbourg. So there we go. Annual report 2022, I might have that wrong, but that's what's on the list here anyway. So we'll see what comes of that, but not a great deal today. So let's get on and look at the markets themselves. The euro dollar first. Euro, horrible old day on Friday really. It looked like it was going to roll over, started rolling over, and then pops back into the pivot, then rolled over. It's gone sideward at the moment. It's above the pivot, more bullish at this stage. Can it hold on is the question I'm being asked this morning, or I say someone's at least hoping it's going to hold on, which it could do something from there. It must do something out of this range, but what it does post 8 o'clock is another matter. It's quite unreliable. Now the trend has been, well, it was to the upside there. It's just gone sideward, and on the shorter time frame here, you look at the end of last week. Really, it was Friday, and into this Asian session this morning. It's just a bit choppy at the moment. The high lows, highs from the original movement. Yes, it looks like it could be running up. I'm sort of whenever it consolidates away from a high, I have less faith in the upside, because often it just rolls backwards. But we'll see how it develops this morning. The pound, well, the pound is gradually working its way up there, possibly a little bit more consistent. High lows, high highs running through this. It's looking okayish as we sit and look at it at the moment. But again, we'll see what happens post 8 o'clock. But this, to me, just has that better. I mean, on Friday, well, yes, it did ping off in the first place, turned around and had a bit more of a push up there. But overall, they're all sort of, if they do it in the morning, they give it back in the afternoon, or vice versa. So they lose it in the morning, and it comes back in the afternoon. But the trend is still there to the upside. US dollar yen. Just consolidating largely where it is at the moment. It's largely going sideways here. Again, not a clear market there. Aussie dollar had been trending up there, off a bit this morning. It was looking quite solid along with the New Zealand dollar last week, but at stages, and you see here 4-hourly picture, that was last week. It was sort of looking solid at stages, and then gave back and, well, chopped on Friday. Where to today? With this price action here, there's probably some divergences over the highs, and a difficult one. I just have to wait and see which direction it starts moving this early part of the morning, and see if we can take anything from it. US dollar CAD, another one that's just largely falling, but chopping rather. It has put a higher low in here on the intermediate time frames, lower time frames. It's looking like it's softening and got potential for a continuation to the upside. Again, wait until 8 o'clock comes in and finishes, maybe 8:30. See what it's doing then. It might give us the continuation to the upside that is sort of promising from the bigger picture. New Zealand dollar, it was a star last week, pushed up the best. Friday it consolidated it somewhat, but well, consolidating a little bit where it sits at the moment there. or had done. It's come away from it though, to the lower side, and this again, it's starting to consolidate away from the highs there, which does make it look a bit iffy for a continuation or a bit more of a correction to the downside. It's already hit the pivot through there, so that's ticked that one off, so there is a chance it could just come off to its S1, but not the cleanest of markets here this morning. From a technical point of view, you can see the US dollar Swissy, it's just chopping, it's just in that consolidated range. There's the whole of last week. Yes, it did zip out there on Thursday morning, only to bounce back and continue. So Euro yen still pushing to the upside there, wouldn't be looking to fight against that. I know a lot of retail markets very bearish on it, and the holdings, but this is still, to me, a buy on the buy side. Okay, just have a quick look at Euro Pound whilst I'm at this. It did start coming off on Friday, but this morning it's already bouncing the other way. Be interesting to see what it does actually this morning here. If we can get a breakdown at some stage. See what happens. See what happens if it's 4 hourly. It might be able to pick something off of the slower time frame, but I quite like the move back into its weekly pivot. It would only give us a ride back down to those lows from a couple of weeks ago, but looks all right. There you go. Down to, well, I say I'd probably look at these trend lines I popped on here, because these are previous resistance, or sorry, support levels. Goodness. Okay, right, I'll look at the rest in the room in a short while. Let's just have a quick look at other markets. Gold. So gold continued its ride just steadily to the upside there, but you look at it on the lower time frames, the 4 hourlies, and it's got this sort of expanding wedge. Goodness, I've never liked expanding wedges, but it did fire eventually to look towards the upside, but through the Asian session here, well, it's back inside that range. Yeah, I mean, this safety, people looking for safety might be running towards it. Oil ended up down on Friday there. Today it's whoops, I just clicked on the wrong button. It's off a bit at the moment, and it's, in fact, I'd look this afternoon to see if I could play a bit of the range. There has been a range sitting in it. Even if we look back to the pivot or something, it's got some scope there. See what it does. Maybe it needs a bit more of a boom, a bit more oomph to the upside first to sell into. Anyway, it does just look soft. Okay, S&Ps closing out the end of the week there. Not the most bullish of bars there. Little graveyard doji really, but coming off a fraction this morning, I wouldn't be looking to sell against those. Yes, there'll be divergences kicking in there now, particularly with a sort of longer period between these highs, but there certainly wouldn't be trying to catch them. I know some people will do in the short term, and I'm sure there'll be little opportunities there, but you've got sort of bull flags here on the Nasdaq kicking through, and well, it's ugly on the lower time frames of Nasdaq, but either way, Nasdaq, yep, it's showing a bit of weakness here, and yes, it might come through a bit more weakness, but the risk always remains. I say risk, but the potential still sits better to the upside for now. The Dow, the DAX consolidating, holding on to its highs here, consolidating around those highs again. Got some more scope for upside. It is in on its monthly R2 here, which sort of statistically, well, I'd expect it to stay within that range probably for the few days it's got left, but 3 days it's got left, but including today. But we'll see. Who knows? We could get just a surge out there. The FTSE looked a bit better on Friday. Today it's off at the moment, the futures here, but again, I wouldn't really want, with the higher lows, higher highs coming through on here. It's a bit ugly. Bit of a continuation into the next hour, and follow through there might be an opportunity. Okay, I shall leave it there. I wish you a great day's trading, and I'll catch you on well, later tomorrow. Bye for now.